Welcome to Graver Load. I'm Anthony, and we're going to take a look at the Gigabyte B650 Gaming X AX V2 motherboard. Our friend picked this up, and I get to build a computer for him, and it's a BIOS version F4B. I've just updated to the latest. We're running a Ryzen 7 7800 X3D in here, 32 gigs of RAM, and you see it actually has the Aegis, basic kind of AMD's microcode firmware for the processors right there. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as that, not to get too deep into that here today. This is just the easy mode page. You'll see that there's two G.Skill 16 gig DIMMs. This is 4800 mega transfers, but you'll notice that I have Expo turned on and the memory frequency is 6000. So this is DDR5 6000. And the Expo is basically an overclock mode for that memory, and that's what it's running at. You can see here there's an DDR5 booster, but then if you turn on Expo, right, that will only allow you to have, that'll disable this. You can also do high bandwidth support, low latency support. You have here Q flash. This is where you're going to go if you want to go and flash your BIOS, right? You put your BIOS on a FAT32 USB drive. You reboot in the BIOS here, you click on Q flash, and we'll see if no disk was found. So I don't have a disk in, but I'll take you through and you walk through it. Maybe I have another a couple gigabyte motherboards. Maybe I'll do a walkthrough of that separately. You have rebar support here. This is enabled by default. The only thing I've changed on this board has been the Expo. So that's it. You have fast boot, preferred operating mode, ERP. Then you also have CSM support, onboard LAN controller. You can turn that on and off. You have your speed info. So this takes you kind of through your memory. And as you see, there was only A2 and B2 populated. So you have B2 here, and it just walks through everything. Part number, we're running G.Skill in here, which is Samsung memory of the die. So you can just exit out of here. Mouse move's pretty good. And then you have speed again. This is just some of the more memory stuff here. And you can go through and edit some of the information if you want to add in a user side. So pretty cool stuff here on the easy side, something you can walk through. You also have your fan support, and you can go through and set your fan optimizations. You have 3 system fans, and then you have your CPU fan and your CPU opt fan curves. So I'm just going to leave these on default because I guess I could change them. You can tune, right? You have a tune all, you have load, back, save, all that fun stuff. Keeps track of the temperatures. Temperatures are pretty good on this guy overall. So we're going to go back, and you'll see the CPU frequency, memory frequency, temps, voltages, system temps, all that fun stuff for you. You got help. You can choose your language, load the defaults, save and exit, favorites, and then you can even have a search, which I'm actually kind of glad that they've got search. But let's jump into the fun stuff, which is the advanced mode. This is where I like to get into tuning and stuff. Well, when it's my own machine and I have time, I don't normally do it to too many other people's machines unless they request it. So what you have here, let's start from the top. I went to the bottom here, but you have this is kind of your tweaker settings. So if you have something in here, you want to get into tweaking, this is where you're going to go. You have your, everything from your CPU clocks up here, graphics clock. Remember this 7800 X3D, all the 7000 series for the most part have a GPU on them. Just a little GPU, just something that you can get a display out. That's what we're using here because my capture card and everything was having fun. So we go into these advanced CPU settings. You can do, it's got core boost, it's already enabled. Precision boost overdrive, I think we can go down to, you have, well, first as we go through your SMV, which, let's see, let's just make sure, let's just go, I kind of want to go through and just see. So a lot of these help strings are just great. So at the bottom here, you'll see the help strings. I was hoping that some of them were a little bit more than just, hey, we're gonna basically say exactly what we have up above, and well, they're not. So you have your global states. You have you can basically adjust your P state here, your C state controls, power supply IDA controls, your SMT modes. SMV is up there, it's on auto, and then you have your power slew rate. Actually, this one does set the field. Okay, well, let's go up one. Let's see, precision boost overdrive. Right, this is just set to auto, and we back here. So you also have your memory settings, and all these walk through this next block of memory settings. Well, for some reason my mouse isn't clicking great, but that's probably just this mouse. It's not the best mouse in the world, but you got your memory. You can set your expo here, along with on the easy side, right? If you're just, want to get this up and running, you want the easy stuff, you're going to be operating in easy mode. Here, you get into, let's go back to advanced memory settings. Let's see. So advanced sub timing. So this is all, more advanced, all your sub timings, and going through here and being able to set that. All these go through. I know going through them a little quick, but I'm not going to dive deep into some of these sub timings because if you want to adjust them, you can do that on your at your own leisure and look into that. And I will not take responsibility if you do screw something up or break something. So that's all on you. You got your V-core, your dynamic stuff, your dynamic V-core here, your V-core SoC, your DDR, VDD, all that fun stuff you can go through. And then you got advanced voltage settings here. Diving into those, you have your voltage control, your global voltage control here for the VDDG, which represents, as you can see in the string, voltage for the data portions of the Infinity Fabric. So, and people do go through, and you'll see other videos on going through of the Infinity Fabric settings. You can even do your V-core SoC load line calibration, your CPU load line calibration. And as you get into that, that can also get into some of these settings. You can also tweak and get some more performance out of these chips if you so wish to. So that's the tweaker settings. If you go into settings here, I don't know why I'm at the bottom right away, but let's go to platform power. So this is, if AC goes off, right, what do you want when it comes back? You have a couple different options, on, off, or I guess always on, always off, or memory. So the last known state. You have your keyboard, mouse from Wake, power on by keyboard, power on by mouse. You have your ERP, soft off by power button, instant off. So you have power loading, resume from alarm, and then wake on land in these power settings. I/O ports, internal display output, right? This is PCI slot 1. Technically, I'm on integrated right now. There is going to be a card that's going to be thrown on this computer, but it's taken out right now. Let's see, you got integrated graphics. I should say it's not put in yet, but the graphics card isn't. But you have your audio, your PCIe by 16 bifurcation. I believe, this is probably something if you're doing VMs, you're probably going to be more aware of than if you're just looking, normal gaming setup. So here above 4G decoding, resizable bar support, that's enabled. I do like that they have started to put resizable bar just enabled now for this. You're starting to see where motherboards are progressing as Intel and AMD and even NVIDIA to extend see that there's a benefit there. They're going to keep these benefit settings enabled right at default, so that you can have that extra performance. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully it's not a detriment, right? That's always something. Gigabyte utility downloader. So let's gonna. This is enabled. I'll leave it enabled until I'll ask my friend if he wants it. But it's annoying because it just pops up every single time. One thing I wish Microsoft wouldn't have done and wouldn't have liked the feature. This is a little pop-up like when you get into Windows. Hey, do you want to download the Gigabyte utility? I know Asus has this too. I just dealt with an Asus laptop and I went and disabled it as fast as I could on that one. That was for another friend. We got the serial port here, which I don't think this actually comes with a serial port, so it must be just a, serial COM port type stuff. USB configuration, legacy support, everything's enabled, all the handoffs. NVMe configuration, no devices are found, but this has 3 slots for NVMe's. You have 4 SATA ports on here, and that's all good. I think if you put like 2 ports and stuff, you'll see you got your 2.5 gig NIC there, and then we got the system. Again, it jumped the system info. You can see this is the BIOS date is 2624 F4B. I did update this here recently, like I mentioned. 7800X3D. It has the date, time, plug-in device info. Just nothing's plugged in. So very uneventful. But let's say you were to have a graphics card, a couple SATA drives in there, and NVMe. These should correspond, and you should be able to verify, before you even get into an OS, right? All that data is there here in system. You have speed information. Again, that's back to the memory. So now we've been in 3 different spots to be able to get that. And here's QFlash. We click that again. Just to note, before we go into boot, here at the bottom, you do have Smart Fan, QFlash, and Help. You also have a search here. So if you want to search something, just, go there and plug it in. So let's go to boot. Boot, we have boot unlock status. That's on. Security boot options, system, full screen logo, which logo fail stuff, right? Last security. This does have all the logo fail updates for that security side stuff. CMS support. We have administrative user password if you want to have these passwords on. I normally never set them. Secure boot. Secure boot here is enabled. It's not active. And standard mode. And secure flash update. There you go. That's actually kind of nice, them having this and giving you a little information there. So, and remember, if you were to set these passwords, just so you know, make sure if you ever sell the machine or get rid of it, set those back, because otherwise people will be upset. And then we have your save, your exit without saving, your load optimal defaults, your boot override, which of course isn't there. You can save profiles and load profiles. So let's say if you're tweaking, you want to modify, you can save some profiles and you can load them. So that's a nice thing if you want to tweak in here rather than use like Ryzen Master or something. You can tweak in here and get those values back, or like if you're tweaking memory in the BIOS, you can do that. So that is a quick walkthrough. Let's go back to easy mode and we can just, oh, come on. There we go. Again, this mouse isn't perfect, but you can just take a look at this, and this is, the basics of it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to try to, if not me, hopefully somebody else, somebody will be sure, hopefully, to get your questions answered. I do try to watch them, especially if you have questions, because I like seeing people build their own machines, start learning this stuff and start, if it's tweaking, start tweaking. If it's, trying to figure out what's wrong with their machine, figure out what's wrong, and not be so afraid of this stuff. So I do appreciate you guys watching and supporting Gray Overload and helping this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Leave your comments and questions in the comment section below. And until next time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, watch another one of my videos. It really does help out the channel, and God bless.